I'm going to name 2 NBA players, and I want you guys to let me know which one had the better career.
You know summer is around the corner when we're starting to talk about legacies.
We got Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird.
Give me Magic Johnson in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat? I feel like
wait, hold on. Actually, hold on.
I'm taking Magic Johnson as well. Also, because he beat Larry Bird more times in the finals, and as long as I can have those bragging rights, I'll take that.
That's a good tiebreaker. When you have the 2 fiercest rivals in NBA history, one can say I'm better than you, one can say I beat you more. I like it.
And he has 2 more rings? Yeah, I'm taking that.
Who was more influential between the 2?
Do you know how much white people love Larry Bird?
That is true. He's like a unicorn.
He is their basketball North Star. Like, he means a lot to that community. No. They're both kind of like equally influential.
You got me fucked up. You think I'm not taking the Laker over the Celtic? Give me Magic Johnson.
Yeah, give me Magic.
Next up, Tim Duncan versus Kobe Bryant.
I love Tim Duncan so much.
This was hard because obviously Tim Duncan had more longevity, and people often say he's actually the best player of 2000s. But we're talking about careers. Being so revered as Kobe and doing it for that iconic of a franchise means something.
That moves me, right? Y'all know how much I love Tim Duncan. But the world loves Kobe. I'm gonna take Kobe.
But it's also their career, not what happened after the career. So it's just what happened in those times they played in the NBA.
People loved him more during the time. Like, man was official in China.
Yeah, I might have to go Kobe too. His career, the love that he got throughout his career, just how people viewed him then, now, it doesn't matter. I'd want to lean towards Kobe. He has so many cool ass moments in his career. If you tell me like what are the top 5 moments of Tim Duncan's career, my mind's going blank. I'm only thinking of like 2 or 3. But for Kobe, I could talk for days.
Yeah, also, it's hard because I do think Tim's a better player.
Yeah,
like they both have the same amount of rings, and we're talking everything else that comes outside of being who's better. I don't know why. What would make Tim's career better?
I mean, he
consistency. I guess that's the only real thing.
Yeah, there's not like a stretch. Listen, the Spurs won 50 straight games for like 20 years. So like you were always good. You never had the ups and downs like Kobe did in his career. But
true.
Personally, I could never suffer a loss like the Spurs did in Game 6 in 2013. That would end me. So I had to take Kobe's. I would take Kobe's career.
Shaquille O'Neal versus Steph Curry.
This is hard.
I know it's not. Shaquille O'Neal is a meme nowadays. Whenever you think of Shaq, or whenever Shaq is brought up in conversations, at least 20% of the time, folks are talking about, oh, you're in your Celtics Shaq era. The last like 6 years of his career shouldn't have happened. Give me Steph Curry in a heartbeat.
But like,
yeah, but Shaq, prime Shaq was prime Shaq. That's what I'm saying.
Like Shaq, probably you can make the argument that Steph is better than Shaq all time, and it really doesn't matter where you have Shaq on your list. Everybody's always gonna point to him and be like, but he's the most dominant player ever. You could think Shaq is like the 20th best player of all time and be like, but like he's still the most dominant. Like he's always gonna get that crown. So that does kind of mean something.
Same amount of rings, 3-peated for the Lakers. It's one of the most iconic teams of all time. Was a superstar from day one. He didn't have the longevity, but the peak was ridiculous.
He also broke a backboard, which is really cool.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That highlight still breaks my mind to this day.
Strong as hell.
I'm still leaning Shaq. I'm still leaning Curry, though. It doesn't matter. Seeing how every single little kid wants to be like him, literally influencing the entire style of basketball, that's something that we haven't seen since, I don't know, like Jordan days. Like, that's crazy.
No, I'll go with you. I'll go Curry. I'll go Curry just because 2022 happened. Not only did he create the greatest dynasty of all time with Kevin Durant, he also won without him afterwards for his city with one of the best individual performances of all time in the finals. We can go Curry.
I'm going Shaq.
If Shaq did it for his whole career with one team, then I would understand it. But that gives Steph points.
Yeah, exactly. Playing at the high level you're still playing at right now, Steph is easy for me.
Russell Westbrook versus Allen Iverson.
I'm taking Allen Iverson in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat?
In a heartbeat.
Okay, explain.
You have people, listen, Russell Westbrook has almost had to fight people on the court because they are playing with his name. I do not want to go through any of that. Allen Iverson, the same way that you guys were talking about Steph, like changing the game and influence, Allen Iverson is that. What we talked about with Kobe being revered, Allen Iverson has that as well. And he has an MVP. If they both have 0 rings, I'm going to take Allen Iverson's career.
Facts. Russell Westbrook is the most polarizing player in NBA discourse history. Allen Iverson is the opposite of polarizing. Everybody loves that man. If you find someone who doesn't love him, they are in the minority. And it's not even anything to do with necessarily just basketball. For what he did for culture, his aura, his influence, he is Teflon forever.
The Philadelphia 76ers did not love him enough with how they built that statue of him outside of their arena. All that love that y'all telling me, where was that love at when it comes to the ideation of that statue? Didn't matter, bro. Give me Russell Westbrook.
Fair enough. Who's better is a different conversation. I don't even know how to begin parsing that question. But better career, listen, Allen Iverson is one of the most respected players of all time.
Yeah, for sure. But they both, the interesting thing about them is that they both went through their journeyman like phase. Russell Westbrook was obviously like a little bit more rough. Maybe I'm saying that because it's more easy to remember because it just fucking happened. But careers are uber similar, man. It's crazy.
Iverson just retired. Russ is keeping it pushing as long as he can. Rudy Gobert versus Paul George.
Listen, look. I make jokes about both of these guys, but I would never want to be as disrespected as Rudy Gobert is. Rudy Gobert can win 5 straight championships, four straight DPOYs, and nobody in the league or fans are going to be like, that's my guy. Give me Paul George's career.
Man, I get it. Paul George is the fan favorite. Rudy Gobert is the most hated player in the league for no reason. This man has 4 DPOYs, and Paul George has one third place finish in MVP one time. Pure accomplishments. I don't know how we could possibly go Paul George.
The people still love him, though.
Good for them. If one has accomplished so much more, fuck them kids and their Mary J. Blige song.
How many kids are growing
First
up
of all,
watching Rudy Gobert?
It's an Erykah
Fuck them
Badu
kids
song.
and their Erykah Badu song.
Perfect.
You respect that Neo Soul Queen.
How many kids are growing up watching Rudy Gobert highlights and trying to mimic their game after his? You're a weirdo if you do. Nobody doing that shit.
Not everybody can mimic greatness.
You're a munch.
I don't see
Get
you
out of
trying to be
here.
LeBron.
No, nobody's ever pictured Rudy Gobert's career. That's never happening.
You can't mimic LeBron. You can't be 6'8", 240, best athlete in the world. You can't just be the best defender in the world either. It's not that easy.
That is the most much
I'm
statement
lying.
ever.
I'm
I think I
thinking
might
Paul
go Paul George still, just because.
I'm taking Paul George.
No,
I want
Rudy
kids-
Gobert actually had the better career though.
I mean, that's fine. You can argue it. I'd never wanted it over Paul George. You could have it. You can have Rudy Gobert's career.
Yeah. Give me Paul
Fair
George
enough.
for sure.
He gave
I
the
want
lead
kids
Kobe.
lying on my name, telling everybody that I'm the goddamn GOAT. For sure. Give me Paul.
It's so funny because I don't even give a shit about Rudy Gobert. I just hate dumbness, and it's such stupid narratives that he gets hated on for.
Oh, boo. We don't care.
It's so stupid.
Oh, boo.
It's like mass hysteria. I feel like I'm going crazy watching a bunch of crazy people that just like are just like all saying the same wrong thing. I'm like, what are we talking about?
You're so bothered by it. It's so
I am. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't know why, because I don't care about this French guy.
Listen, Paul George is about to get a bag too. So he's about to re-up on that bag. Give me Paul George.
Good for him getting a bag because he has not looked very great as of late.
Nope.
Get that back while you still can. Well, what people haven't noticed.
Paul George has a podcast, a theme song, a signature shoe, and multiple bags. Yeah, I'm taking Paul George's career.
That is
It's
true.
cooler.
It's
I would
kinda
definitely
easy.
rather have his life. I would take his life easily, but better career, that's a different question for me.
Who's going to be more memorable, too, at the end of the day? That has to be a part of the
Well,
career.
perimeter players, people always love perimeter players more than big men, so it's going to be Paul George for sure.
Case is closed. Paul George, congratulations.
Case is closed. This is becoming a popularity contest, not a better career contest.
When it comes to Rudy, the career shit don't fucking matter. Accolades don't
We
matter.
can't think about him rationally.
Yeah.
I get it. He's not likable. I understand. I didn't say I'd want to be him. I didn't want to be his person. I wouldn't want his personality. I'm not saying all that. John Wall versus DeMarcus Cousins.
See, now both of these guys are firmly in the you don't understand how good X player was kind of conversation, you know?
These kids don't know about John Wall. These kids
Prime
don't know
John
about Boogie
Wall,
Cousins.
2016, 2017 John Wall. I don't know. This is so hard.
Both flash in the pans, ruined by injury. We're never quite the best players in the world, but we're damn good. They're kind of the same player, low key.
Okay,
Exactly.
it comes down to this though. What video makes you laugh more? Or what video do you like more? Boogie Cousins saying, "It's getting ridiculous out here," or John Wall doing the Dougie? Whichever one you
Neither.
like more, that's the winner.
Neither. I like when John Wall hit the big shot and ran on the court, and he was like, "Big B's, bitch," in front of a bunch of white people in the crowd. And all the people courtside were like, huh?
When he was throwing up gang signs?
Yeah.
This man's a banger.
That was the funniest thing John Wall's ever done.
Their careers are so similar, bro. It's ridiculous.
All right,
I don't even know how to choose between the two.
John Wall, you have more funny videos.
Yeah.
You win.
The narrative around DeMarcus Cousins was it was one of the most damning things I've seen in my entire life, bro. Everyone just painted him as a problem child. Maybe he fucking was. I don't know. Wasn't in those locker rooms, but I think I might want to lean towards John Wall because he was having types of conversations where people were arguing this is the second best player in the Eastern Conference. Like that stamp right there basically gave him like MVP type approval. Like he's one of them ones.
All right. I'll go John Wall. It's close though.
All right. Jay
Next
Williams.
up, Derrick Rose versus Jimmy Butler. One-time teammates.
So there's the guy that was at the top of his class versus the guy who's never been that, but as of late has been like finishing towards the top of the NBA in the most
The early
reckless
success
way
or
possible.
the longevity and carrying your team to the top. Almost.
Listen, a lot of these come down to just how much love do you get out in the streets? And Derrick Rose.
Stop making it that. It's career.
I'm sorry. That's what it is.
Rudy the TikTok. It's not about fan
Do what?
favoritism.
Listen, okay, fine. I'll take the guy with an MVP. I'll take that. There. Case closed. I'll take the MVP.
Is an MVP better than 2 final ships?
If I lost, yes. I don't have a ring. I still lost.
I mean, we get Jimmy Butler ring culture respect as if he won.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler's made, of course, like more all NBAs, more all-star teams and shit like that too. So that stuff like has to matter as well.
He's never been the best player in the world. Derrick Rose.
Neither is Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose for 2 weeks had the crown. You give him his respect, okay? Before LeBron went into Chicago and ruined him, he got 2 weeks. That was it. The first round,
2 weeks.
The first round of the 2011 playoffs, you got it, Derrick Rose. After that, you got blasted. It's over.
If we're talking 2 weeks, Jimmy Butler versus the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round of the 2022 playoffs, or of the 2023 playoffs, was a godsend. He averaged 37 points per game. That was the best player in the world for that week.
Guys, this man, Derrick Rose, was playing with Taj Gibson, Luol Deng, and Joakim Noah. It was Derrick Rose. It was 1-on-5 on offense. I'm taking Derrick Rose.
Jimmy Butler got Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin paid. He got them paid big bucks.
I think I might lean towards Jimmy Butler.
This man was out here playing with Tyrese Thomas. Don't talk to me about Derrick Rose, bro.
Nikola Jovic is in the rotation.
I'm taking Derrick Rose. I want the MVP.
I actually like Jovic.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler,
said, no hate, no
Derrick
hate.
Rose ain't never go ahead and blow up an entire team by taking the entire practice squad and running the starting lineup like how Jimmy Butler did in Minnesota.
Derrick Rose scored 50 points like
That's
years
true.
after his prime. Nobody in the world loved that moment more for Derrick Rose. I'm telling you, when it comes down, none of them have a ring, and one of them has an MVP. What are we talking about? Like, guys, it's Derrick Rose.
Yeah, he's like a 3-year prime. Awesome MVP, opposed to like a 9-year prime and 2 final ships.
You want to talk
Longevity
about?
versus-
You want to talk about coming into the league, doing your damage, and getting out? Derrick Rose might be in the Hall of Fame off for 3 years.
Your damage and getting out.
Derrick Rose might be in the Hall of Fame off for 3 years.
Jimmy Butler is definitely in the Hall of Fame.
This is such a long debate, bro. Because it's so even, bro. Damn.
Listen, one's certainly in the Hall of Fame. One you have to say might be. Feels like the.
I think I might lean Jimmy Butler.
Klay Thompson versus James Harden. You want rings, or you want to be the best guard in the NBA, neck and neck with Steph Curry?
4 rings, yeah.
I want to be a
For all the
splash brother.
listeners.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Me and Steph.
It's real nice to be able to be that guy that's known as a duo with Steph Curry. Like your career, your legacy is cemented.
And he's also the second best shooter of all time. Like people give him that title. He has 4 rings. He got paid. He has mad love in the Bay. Everything is great.
I'm just gonna say, you talking about mad love. James Harden get mad love from every single rapper you can think. He got love in Philly. He got love in LA. He got love in Atlanta with Lil Baby.
He got love
Name
in
a
Magic
rapper,
City.
They fuck with him, bro. Heavy. He's protected everywhere. He don't gotta check in anywhere. Then on top of that, the MVP averaging 35, 36 points in a single season. We're gonna look back
And who
at that when
respects
we're
that?
old heads.
And who respects that?
Not
me.
Get me there.
Not me. Klay Thompson scored 37 points in a quarter. He scored 60 points on 11 dribbles. This man has no bag and has outscored people with 3 times the bag as him because he's that lethal.
Listen, Klay Thompson's jersey is going up in the rafters in Golden State. James Harden's jersey is going up in the rafters at Onyx. I don't know who's better, but it's neck and neck.
Notice how one of those is an NBA arena and the other is a club. Like, there's levels to this. Give me Klay Thompson's career.
All right, Klay. I guess it is Klay.
There you go.